Hey everyone, welcome into 21 Next. I'm Andrew Klein. Today we are talking about salaries, salary increases potentially coming for the mayor and some city council members. They are pushing for a 20 to 25% salary increase. So for Mayor Wanda Williams here in Harrisburg, it would increase her salary from $80,000 to $100,000. So I want to bring in CBS 21's Maxine Rose. She's been covering this throughout the day today. Maxine, tell us a little bit, why is this happening right now?
Yeah, I just want to make sure, first of all, I'm sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties here. Can you see me?
No, we got some video playing. Looking for you still.
All right, well, while,
We can
while
hold
we,
off on Maxine. So I can go ahead.
all right, I'll just talk a little bit here about this. Okay, so we're looking at the budget memo, and that budget memo says that Mayor Wanda Williams was, having a $80,000 salary. That's what it was for 2025. Well, we're looking ahead to 2026. That would be a $100,000 salary if approved here. So that is a roughly 25% increase. And so today I talked to people a little bit about that today, what their reactions are to that. And overall, what I was hearing, Andrew, is that, that is a pretty big increase. So while many understands that this is a demanding job and there's a lot that goes into this, and those rates, those wages should be competitive, that they feel like jumping just in one single year from $80,000 to $100,000 is not. It's just shocking.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've been doing some research here at home in the station, in the newsroom, and I've been seeing some increases, and most of them are not this big of a number. Do you know why it was that 20 to 25%, Maxine?
Sorry, Andrew, I can't hear you. Give me one moment.
So no problem. So, talk a little bit about the other salary. So it's not just Mayor Williams who is hoping to have that salary increase. Also, members of City Council, the President of City Council, hoping to increase their salary as well. The President of City Council right now making about $21,500. Potentially going to up that to $26,500. City Controller and City Treasurer as well as a member of City Council. That salary could jump from $20,000 to $25,000. So these increases, in a number of places right now. Maxine, of course, said people overall didn't seem too upset about this. From hearing from some people around the city, Lancaster's mayor is proposed to get an increase going into 2026 as well, but that increase closer to $2,000 than $20,000. So not the only city we're seeing increase, but again, it's that number, that 20 to 25% that could potentially, I guess, scare some people. As this goes on. But I'm seeing that it is not supposed to be taxpayer money. So that could or could not impact you at home. Hopefully, Maxine will be able to come in, clarify that in just a few moments when we can get her back. But again, you're seeing some footage there of Mayor Wanda Williams. A potential salary increase of $20,000 to $25,000 is something we've been focusing on throughout the day. I know Maxine will have a little bit more later at 5 and 6. There she is right now. Maxine, so you spoke to people earlier today who you said weren't super anxious about that number. But again, I just spoke about the Lancaster mayor, of the potential proposed increase of a little over $2,000 compared to $20,000 that we're seeing in Harrisburg. Do you know how they landed on that number?
How many landed on? I'm sorry.
How they landed on that percentage of 20 to 25% increase, that $20,000 increase compared to a Lancaster mayor who has a proposed increase of just over $2,000.
So when we reached out to the city today, that was a question that we had for them, and that was not answered. We don't know where that money is coming from. We don't know necessarily why that number specifically, other than that, according to the city communications director, the city of elected officials in the city have not received a increase, a meaningful increase within the last 20 years, since 2005, they said. So that was the only answer that was given to us at this time.
Got it. Got it. So again, you spoke to people in the community today. Overall, the feel was that they're not too upset about this, right?
I mean, I think it was very mixed. It's one of those things where, okay, you look at $80,000, for example. For someone in that capacity, $80,000 really might not seem like a lot to some people. Someone who is governing an entire city, running an entire city.
And a capital city.
And a capital city. That's exactly right. And they say it's demanding and there's a lot that goes into this. So $80,000 is not enough. But I think where the problem really is, Andrew, is the jumping from 80,000 to 100,000, that 25% increase. Because if you look at Lancaster, their mayor is also in the 100,000s. So Lancaster is, they had I think 103,000 roughly salary. And the proposal for 2026 would be 105,000. So that's a, roughly $2,000 increase, a roughly 2% increase versus, what we're seeing in Harrisburg, that 25% increase. And so I think that's where that shock really comes into play here. And what we're looking at is our Facebook page where we asked all of you this question, how much should the annual salary be for the role of Harrisburg mayor? So, we spoke with just a few people today, but for those of you who are watching, feel free to, get involved in this conversation and put your comment below, and talk to us, because we want to hear from you. What is your reaction to some of that?
Yeah, I mean, seeing 106 comments, so definitely, looking forward to seeing what people think, how people feel. Last question for you, Maxine: is this going to impact taxpayers? Where exactly is this money coming from? Do we know?
So again, that's another question that we asked the city today. We did not get the answer to that. There have been so many conversations about the budget and what's most important to not only city council, not only the mayor, but of course the city of Harrisburg, the people who live here. And so to already have this back and forth with where's this money going? Where should it go to? How much should go where? All of that conversation. But then for it to, for all of a sudden this increase to happen, that is the question. Where do you get this money? So we're going to continue to follow up with this. We know that the actual budget hearing where the city's mayor and her office will actually present a budget presentation to the city council and to the people of Harrisburg. And that will be on December 10th. So at that point, we'll be able to hear a little bit more about the reasoning behind this, perhaps, and kind of the conversations that are really happening about where this money should be coming from. So that is something to look forward to later this month.
Yeah, certainly going to keep an eye on that. And once we hear about that proposal and that discussion, we will certainly get that all out to you. Thank you, Maxine, for clarifying some of that up. Looking forward to seeing a little bit more from you at 5 and 6 tonight.
Yes, and thank you for sticking with me here with these technological difficulties. I appreciate it.
Of course. Well, that'll wrap up CBS 21's 21 Next. Hope to see you next time. So long for now.